Hey everyone, today's guest is truly a fascinating guest, welcoming the man who wants to impact like millions of people, more than 100 crore people in and around the world. Like he's from Mumbai, India, who has big dreams, never let him stop, who inspires us. Is none other than Driple Shah, success mindset coach, CEO of World-Human-Developlent-Centre. He's been into coaching and training industry for more than 16 years. His mind is ocean of knowledge and wisdom, and he inspires us. Without any further delay, let's welcome Mr. Driple Shah. His integrity, transparency, and simplicity inspires us. Welcome, Driple Shah, from my bottom of my heart to Real Knowledge Club Summit.
Thank you so much, Akshay, for inviting me for such a great platform to share my journey with all the people out there. And great to see you.
Thank you for accepting. Yeah, Triple, like we are so excited to know your story, how you went about like doing your education and how you came into this online coaching and training.
Yeah. So, Akshay, to start with, right from childhood, I was very much inclined towards spirituality. But in those days, I never realized that there's a big difference when it comes to spirituality or psychology or religion. You know, my mom has always been a compassionate being, and she's always driven me towards doing something for good for others, be kind to others, and doing something which never hurt others. So that has been the inclination point right from childhood. I've been imbibed by a lot of qualities which has been programmed into me right from childhood. So I take that compassion being from her, the empathetic being from her, and that's how the journey started. But as you know, childhood we have no clue of what's going on. I mean, whatever is being imprinted on us, we just absorb at it is. So that's how the journey started. And during my childhood, even though after having these qualities, there were a lot of flaws which I found it in myself, and that I have the habit of constantly comparing myself with everybody else. Someone who is looking very smart, someone who's looking very handsome, someone who's very good in terms of studies, someone who is very good in terms of sports or maybe some extracurricular activities. And because of this forte of theirs, they used to get attention, they used to shine. And I always used to envy this point that why I am not getting this attention. How can I be someone who can get that attention and feel that I am a somebody? Because I always used to feel I'm nobody. I never knew what is my forte or how I can excel in any aspect of my life. So that's how the journey started. The crisis that provoked me to create an intention for my life, and I created an intention that someday I'm going to do something really extraordinary. Make an impact to the world and bring so much of value in people's life that ultimately I get the attention that I was looking for. So this was how the journey started. And as you all know, that in childhood we have so many fantasies that we want to be some superhuman kind of a thing. So
Yes.
I was that boy of full of fantasy, zero concrete plans in my life of what I want to do or how I'm going to achieve it. But as you know, the universe is very kind. It leads you to the path where you want to be or you need to be. And things started moving forward. I completed my 10th and we shifted back to Mumbai. So my childhood was in a very small city in Gujarat, Navsari, and we shifted back to Mumbai. And city of dreams, you come into the city of dreams and you meet so many people, right? I was lucky that I got admissions in one of the best colleges of Mumbai, that is Narsimunji College of Commerce and Economics. And my family and everybody was proud, and I was equally excited to set out on a new path. But 6 months down the line, I saw myself struggling to the core because my habit just got amplified. School days, you are comparing yourself with set of people. Over a period of time, you know their plus and minus, and you realize that all of them are sailing in the same boat. But when you are exposed to such a big world and people from various parts of India are coming there to study, to prove their talent, to show their caliber, it was extremely difficult for me. I was very shy, full of inhibitions, and I used to look very skinny. So I had all that complex within me. And I was like, I don't have stand a chance to compete with these people. Unfortunately, in the same phase, my family was not doing financially well because we had just shifted to new place, and it was taking a toll. And during that phase, I was going through something sort of depression. It was not a clinical depression though, but it was taking a real toll on my mental health. Fortunately, I was surrounded with great friends. And this, out of this set of the friends that I had, one of my friends recommended me, pointed me towards this organization, World-Human-Development-Centre.
Wow.
And he was constantly insisting to join one of the workshop. I was like, why he's insisting so much? Maybe he's getting some commission out of it or what? But
Yeah.
I one day I was just walking by and I met her mom, and she told me the kind of changes the her son was getting out of the program. And then finally I decided after 6 months that this is what I need to do to come out of it. So I went one of the orientation I liked. I joined the program, and that was the turning point. I was the only regret was why I delayed for 6 months. That 3 day workshop changed my life, and the way of looking at life entirely changed. Earlier before that, I used to always feel that things are not in your control. Destiny is something who is driving you. Whatever you want to do, ultimately, it's about destiny. If it is destined, you'll get it. If it's in your fate, you'll get it. If you're lucky enough to get it, all that kind of stuff. And I was carrying that victim mentality, but things change after that. And after that, I've been constantly working on myself from a student with full of self-doubt to I shifted to assisting in the workshops. I became a faculty in 2007, started leading workshop for kids. 2009, started leading workshop for adults. 2012, I went international for the first time. 2014, we started a wing dedicated for entrepreneurs development, known as Business Vidyapeeth. And 2016, I got an opportunity to become the CEO of the very own organization that gave me one day an opportunity to change my life. So
Wow.
this is how it has been a roller coaster journey of completely transforming and evolving into the process and becoming who I have become right now. All credit goes to the mentors, the training programs that I've gone through. They have truly made an impact in my life and made me who I am right now.
What an incredible journey.
Yeah,
Thank you. It was so inspiring, right?
yeah,
And yeah, Dripal, if I have to ask you, like, how did you find out your why and your calling, right? Can you share with your own example, like, where was the tipping moment? Like you said, like the workshop when you came in contact with the workshop and other
yeah.
people, like, because like we have seen, like more than 75% people in the world don't know the why. They try to do something, they spend their whole life doing something what they hate, not even like
Correct.
the hate, right? How do people find out their why, their purpose, and start doing it?
Yeah, yeah. So I'll tell you something. In order to find your why, you don't have to look outside. What do I mean by say is not just reading books or attending workshop. Definitely, it brings a lot of clarity to your mind. But more than what it requires is one skill, that is observing your own life. Okay, I truly believe that we have chosen this life. We choose which family we want to, through which family we want to take birth in this earth, so that we can complete certain purposes, certain karmas of our life. Okay. And that's how we chose this life. And once we chose this life, obviously after that, we don't realize anything and we keep on complaining about the situations that we go through, hardships that we go through. But what I have realized, and if you observe very closely, you'll find this pattern in most of the people who have become extraordinary. And the pattern is this: you go through pain, you go through problems. The moment you realize that this is the problem, this is the pain which I am supposed to fix, not just for myself, but for the world, from there, you'll be able to identify your why. Why only you were chosen to go through this pain or problem? It's because you can be empathetic. You can realize that how much it destroys you or it demotivates you, and why it is so much important to come out of it. And the moment you start coming out of it, you realize that this is what I want to do. This is what I want to change for the world. This is the one thing that I want to change, one problem that I want to solve, or one thing I want to make people's life better. That's where you start realizing the why, the purpose of your life.
Wow. It's all like
Yeah.
we just have to introspect ourselves and we have to do it. That was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, Triple, like I want to ask you, like you being like in a small place in Gujarat, then you came to the dream upper, like the dream place in Mumbai, and then you worked as an firstly like intern, then you joined the workshop, then you were the teacher trainer, and then you became the CEO of the World-Human-Developlent-Centre. Now how is your lifestyle and routine? Like how do you spend your day? How do you manage so many things? You are the CEO, you have to manage the company, you do the
Yeah.
trainings, you hop on the interviews. How do you even manage the time, and how do you do?
So I'll put it this way: the life has been constantly changing and evolving since pandemic. Okay, earlier before that, if you look at my way of living and my way of living now, is there's a drastic change, and I've been more grateful after that. Okay, not that it has brought only plus. There were a lot of minuses, there were a lot of downs that we had gone through, but there's a quote that something that doesn't kill you makes you more stronger, and that's what has happened
Yeah.
since pandemic. That what has happened is I have become extremely dynamic because I've got a lot of freedom of movement. I've got. The online world has brought us so much close and so much flexibility it has provided that sitting at one place, you can do anything and everything. So if you look at my life right now, you'll be amazed that I don't wake up at 5:30. I don't even wake up at 6:30. Okay. I wake up somewhere around 7 or 8 o'clock. Now, why so? Because my workshop goes till late night and I'm full of energy by the end of my workshop, and I feel very difficult to sleep at night. But what has stayed constant even after this kind of change is that I have a very amazing routine that I follow no matter what time I wake up. My day starts with certain affirmations, okay, maybe written, maybe oral. That depends on what I am going through at that phase of my life. Then it goes with reading book. I make sure that every day I'm spending minimum of 1 hour increasing my knowledge, adding on something to my thoughts, and absorbing some good positivity within me. That is something which I strictly follow. I work out at least how much ever difficult it is. I will make sure that I work out at least for 4 days in a week. That is very important for me. And if that doesn't work out, I'll at least go for a walk or do something to make sure that my body is moving. And rest of other things that I manage, all thanks to the team. Okay. If you want to grow big, if you want to do multiple things, remember this thing. The harsh truth is we have only 24 hours, we have only two hands and one mind. We cannot do everything, right? Definitely it start when it started, I did not have team. Okay, I was working, everything was on my own. I had to stretch myself literally from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. midnight. But over a period of time, I created a balance. I focused on creating team. And by spending so much time on creating that team, training them, developing them to the level where you can get free from so many operations, and then you can focus on the decision making part or the important stuff of your life. So that's how it went on. So that's how my life is right now. All credit to the big team that I have who's managing the show at so many places. Like I'm leading the workshop at one place. There are so many people who are leading workshop at different places at the same time, and the back end team is constantly on and on and on. So that's how it went on managing things.
Wow, that's so nice. And now the next question which I want to ask you is, how the heck do you stay so energetic, right? Like you are always at high energy and you are so patient as well, right? So cool, so fresh, and like an active state. Any question anyone asks you, you give a very crisp and to the point and a very highly defined answer. What I have seen others versus you is like you tell like exactly step by step, one, two, three, tuck, 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 tuck. How do you do it, right? I'm so curious to
By the
know.
way, great observation you have.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you how it has reached to this level because I have been a strong believer of implementation. Whatever I've learned in my life, I've gone to implementation stage very fast. I've been implementing things, though it took a lot of time to create results, but that phase, that habit of constantly trying to implement what you have learned, that has made me gone through a journey of all the resistance that you go through, all the trouble that you go through, all the challenges that you go through in terms of implementation. And that is how I've been able to develop a mindset of my participants. Okay. Unless and until I don't go through that journey, I would never realize what you will have to go through. And unless and until I'll not be able to realize that, I'll not be able to actually solve the problem. Okay. People understand the concepts and they try to teach everybody or share it with everybody. Great. No problem with that. But what you go through, that self realization that you go through, helps people to give better solutions or answers. So that is the one thing that I've picked up over a period of time by focusing too much of implementation. If you ask me about patience, the patience that I've been able to develop, one big credit to my parents. They have been extremely patient with me because when I started this journey, there was, I'm talking about 2004. Hardly people used to think about trainings and all this kind of stuff at that point of time. Okay, because it was not popular in India. Definitely, it was popular in US and all these the Western countries. It was extremely popular, but over India, it was not so popular. So they have been extremely patient, allowing me to do all that stuff. And I'll tell you the real secret. If you want to become patient in your life, the real secret is you have to be passionate about something. Patience only comes from passion. When you're truly passionate about something, you realize that it is going to be a long term journey. It is not something which you can achieve instantly. I always say this: patience is a virtue of extraordinary. Mediocre people can never have patience. And you have to be passionate about something. You need to be in love with something. Then only you can cultivate that patience that, okay, it will happen. It will come. It is taking time, but I'll get it there. I'm not here to give up. I have started this because I want to achieve that. No matter how much time it takes, no matter how much efforts it takes, this is what I want at any cost. That gives you that patience, because you realize that the journey is not easy. It is going to
Right.
take time. Yeah,
Absolutely. Like having patience, purpose, like when they both come together, like we become extraordinary.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
wonderful. And now the next question which I want to ask you is how to alter the thinking, right? Because from the childhood, we have
Hmm.
most people come with a scarcity mindset, like don't spend the money, money does not grow on trees, like you have to be conservative. From scarcity to abundance mindset, abundant environment, accomplish anything as an entrepreneur, even with like limited resource. How do we shift that thinking and the paradigm?
Correct. So if I talk about shifting that mindset of ours, we need to understand how our mindset is getting shaped, how it got it shaped in the first place. Okay. So we have been human beings are still very young when it comes to the concepts of planning and everything. We've been going through a very primitive stage for a very long time. We have lived a life of scarcity or survival of the fittest. Okay. We've been coming from that scarcity from a very long time. So somewhere it's in our DNA to naturally tend to this attitude of ours. But in order to shift it, we need to constantly learn new things. We need to train. And third thing, we need to surround ourselves with the right kind of people. I'm sure you might have heard somewhere this quote by Jim Rohn that we are the average of 5 people we talk to most. Now, if you're surrounded with people who are mediocre, who are struggling, who are not doing anything in big in their life, or not reaching anywhere, you're obviously going to look at that. If even if you don't consciously do it, unconsciously, subconsciously, all your 5 senses are noticing that and they are absorbing that. You need to be in the proximity of those people who are making that change, who are achieving that success. That way, you'll be able to change it faster. That's how you do it. That's the first core thing to change your mindset. Second, believing. Okay. Now I'll put it in a different way. Even if you don't know, still you need to change your belief. Okay. Most of the people, what they do, once I know, I'll change my belief. If I know how to be in abundance, then I'll change my mindset to abundance. It doesn't happen that way. Belief comes first, and then everything happens. I mean, look at every invention. It didn't happen with knowing how they are going to do it. It happened with believing that they are going to do it, and it is going to
Right.
happen somehow, even if I don't know the way. Right? That's how innovators are. That's how creators are. That's how people become extraordinary. Same way. You need to start believing that you have infinite resources. Maybe you don't know how to tap it, maybe you don't know how to use it, but if you start believing, then only the ways will show up. If you believe only that I have scarcity, I don't have much resources, that is what is going to happen. That is why so many people take the efforts, but because their belief is so contradictory, they don't find results. Wherein people who believe, they are able to find resources faster. So that's how you change that mentality.
Absolutely. Our environment is more powerful than our willpower. There is a very famous quote, right? Like our
Yeah,
surrounding, if we have the right people at the right time, at the right place, we'll be able to do incredible things.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's the best part, that we can change our surrounding. We can choose with whom we want to be, right? We are not bounded by anything. We are not trees. Move.
Right. It's all like we have to surround ourselves with people whom we want to become. Now, example, like in today's world, now the COVID has happened, like so many things, like most of the things happen, learning happens through house, like virtually, we meet virtually everything. Now, how do anyone, like example, if someone wants to become a great entrepreneur or a music or a singer, how can they find out the group they
Hmm.
vibe so that they will be able to become best version of themselves in that particular area?
Correct, correct. Luckily, the pandemic is on the verge of ending now.
Yeah.
I mean, the way things are opening in India, hopefully, I'm expecting it to happen very fast. But putting aside, the best part is that because of the online, you can connect to anybody. You can connect to anybody in the world. People are available on Instagram, people are available on LinkedIn, Twitter. You can DM them. But the thing is, you have to be persuasive, and you cannot just approach one people from the industry. You have to approach as many people as possible. That way, the law of averages will play, and somewhere you'll get to start your journey with. Okay, connect them with a whole heart intention, and be there to learn to serve them. Okay, like the way when I started my journey, it it was not like I said that I want to join the organization from tomorrow. Your training will start and everything. I interned. I used to assist for the workshop for a very long time. That's how my founder chairman recognized that there's a passion inside me. I'm serious about this particular thing, and I want to get trained under him, and I want to become a faculty someday, because we did not had any kind of train the trainer program at that point of time. And he was a person who used to believe in the unconventional way, or I should say, not unconventional, the traditional way of Guru Shishya Parampara. He wanted to train people, but he was very clear that he doesn't want to offer to any Tom, Dick, and Harry. Okay, you may be absolutely zero with the skills, but if you are committed, if your will is clear, you are ready to train. So same way, when you're clear with your will that you want to learn it and be absolutely giving your life towards it, that's how you'll be able to connect people very easily. So start with scratch from zero, from nowhere, and slowly you build up, by staying in the proximity of those people.
Absolutely. That's proximity is power. Even like Tony Robbins also tells like our
Yeah.
relationships and like our mentors, like we have to surround, we are the average of 5 people whom we surround ourselves with. Absolutely. And the next question which I want to ask you is, as an entrepreneur, when we get started, like most of the entrepreneurs get stuck at the same place and they go to a peak state and they're not able to cross from one level to another level. They're firefighting there only for a very long time, right? How do
Correct.
we go about during that situation? How do we go
Oh,
to the next
very,
stage?
very important question. So I'll put it this way.
Yeah.
The reason why most of the people get stuck at one stage is because that is what they had dreamt. When people start from nothing, there is nothing to lose. So they're ready to risk everything.
Yeah.
Okay. And they started with an intention to become something. Let's say I didn't have any money in my childhood and I had to suffer and everything. From there, I decided that I want to reach to unconsciously. They decided I want to reach to a level after which I don't have to struggle for money anymore. Okay. I want a good lifestyle. I want a car. I want a home, etc., etc., etc. So with that intention, when they started from zero to something, they reached to a level. I call it this way. Then when they started, they were at a stage of generator, okay, and they generated something and they reached to a level where they became operator, okay. Now what happens after that? Once you reach that, there is no next vision, there is no next level for you. And because you are not passionate about something else, now you go into your comfort zone and you have a fear of losing everything. Okay.
Right.
And with that fear, you choose to stay in that comfort zone for a very long time. And then you don't find a way to grow out of it. The only way you can grow out of it is when you are ready to risk again. The way you are ready to risk at that point of time, you're ready to risk again and move to the next level. But most of the people, they don't do it. And that's why from the stage of operator, they go to the stage of destruction. So that is generator, operator, destruction. That's the God theory. Okay. Now it need not to be this way. You can change it from generator, operator to developer. Okay. But in order to shift that, you need to completely shift your mindset. Okay. That's how you do it. Because otherwise, the mindset that help you to grow from generator to operator is now obsolete. It cannot work further. You need a new mindset. You need a mindset from here to reach there. Just like the technology that helps us from going from Mumbai to US, that's not going to help you to go from Mumbai to Mars.
Yeah.
From Mumbai to Mars, you need a complete different technology, and people don't understand that. People think that with that same passion and everything, I'll be able to do it. No, the mindset is completely different. You need to understand that this is obsolete now, and you need a new mindset. And the most important that you need is a vision, very clear vision. If you will not have a vision, you'll not be able to go. That's
Right.
the shift that is required. That mindset shift and the vision to reach to that level.
Right. If I want to sum it up, like one is like we must have a great vision at every point of time. When we get stuck, we must have the right mentors and the right team members, and we have to ask for help as well with the people who are like doing better than us, because
Correct.
almost every problem in the world there is already somebody who has already solved that problem, whatever
Correct.
we are trying to face. And that's how
Correct.
we will be able to overcome this firefighting and go to
Absolutely.
the next level quick. Yeah, that was
Correct.
amazing.
Correct.
And the next question which I want to ask you is, what are the frameworks and beliefs which you and almost every millionaire in the world also follows? What are the common frameworks and values which
Hmm.
almost everyone sees?
Okay. So I'll list it this way. The first number one thing that I believe in is integrity. What do I mean by integrity? It's not just about ethics. It's about what I think, what I say, what I do. All three needs to be in alignment. What I think, what I say, what I do, all three needs to be in alignment. That's the number one thing which any millionaire you find, you will see within them. Unless until you don't do that, you'll not be able to reach to the next level because you get immense power within you when you start doing this. Okay. The way of operating changes, the intention, the power of your intention starts getting activated when you follow this theory of what I think, what I say, what I do. All three needs to be in alignment. If that's not in alignment, all you that you say, you yourself don't believe it. And if you don't believe it, nobody's going to believe it. And that's not going to help you to move forward in life. So the number one thing that I would put it is integrity.
Right.
Number two that I would put it is being observant.
Mhm.
Many people don't realize the power of observation. If you are observant, like a child, if I put it this way, how did you learn any language? Did you go to school to learn a language? That was
No.
later on, right? Your mother tongue, how did you learn? Just by observing people. Like a child, you absorbed it. Same way, if you want to become good at anything, you need to spend immense time observing people who are doing fantastic. Okay. That's how you learn it. You can just be observant and learn how you can run a business. You can be observant and learn how to become a great sportsman. You can be observant and learn how to be a great professional. Observation is very much underrated thing. You need to focus on how to be observant. The more you observe, the faster you'll be able to absorb, not just learn, you'll be able to absorb.
Right.
That's the number two thing. I would put it this way. Third thing I would put when it comes to being a millionaire is you have to stretch. You have to stretch yourself in terms of capacity. You have to stretch in terms of risk taking. You have to stretch in terms of your performance. You have to constantly stretch yourself. If you don't stretch yourself, you'll get into your comfort zones very easily. And that's where you start dying. You have to have this constant motivation of stretching yourself. Okay, this is achieved. What is the next? I have achieved this. Now, what is the next thing? I have achieved this. What is the next thing? You don't rest and just get settled over there. Obviously, you take a break, you take a pause. But with that break, with that pause that you have taken, you are reviving the energy. You are building yourself for the next version or the next level of your life. And for that, you have to constantly stretch. So that's the third thing that I would put it. If you want to become a millionaire, if you want to become a billionaire, you need to constantly do that. Fourth, very important point again, for especially if you want to become an entrepreneur, this is very, very important. And that is, I would put it this way, your ability to trust and delegate very fast. Your ability to trust and delegate very fast. You cannot do everything on your own. You need to find people. You need to find people whom you can make them part of your vision, make them part of your mission, and you need to delegate them very fast and give them credit enough that they be part of your vision or mission from a very long time. Most of the people try to be control freak. There's no problem in being control freak. Okay. But what happens with many people who try to be control free and who are not able to delegate, these people tend to a mentality where they are trying to manage everything on their own and they're not able to grow faster. Okay. If you look at life of like Richard Branson, the kind of person he's 400 different business.
Wow.
Okay. You look at Elon Musk, how fast he shifted from PayPal to Tesla to SpaceX, so many things he's been doing. How do you think he's doing? And the best part, if you look at Tesla, he's not from that industry. Okay,
Right.
if you look at SpaceX, he's not from that industry, but he was able to move fast because he was able to get the right team very fast, and that happens with a lot of practice of trusting and delegating. It's not that you're not going to fail after that. It's not that people are not going to live. People are going to leave you. Okay. But that ability of delegating is going to help you to move faster in life. So that's the number four thing, which I believe that is you have to learn to delegate very, very fast. And fifth point, which I feel which is truly required is your ability to contribute.
Mhm.
You can only sustain and grow if you are very clear in terms of what you want to contribute and you honor that word no matter what. Okay, you honor your word no matter what. If your focus shifts from contributing to money making, obviously you have to find a balance between both of them. You cannot give everything for free, people won't value it, and you cannot charge exorbitantly for things which are not of that much value. You have to find a balance. There is no harm in making money. Make as much money as you want, but not at the cost of not contributing to the world. It has to be a balance of both. So you need to find where you want to contribute, how you want to contribute, and through that, you need to create the abundance for yourself as well. So be a contributor, be a giver in whatever aspect you want to be, and that's how you are going to be a millionaire or billionaire or a visionary that you want to become in your life. I think these are the five major things which one should focus on, and you can be whatever you want to be in your life.
Absolutely, it was phenomenal because I've seen like most people when they try to aim, they think something and they say something, but they don't do, right? Like they don't put in the efforts and the hard work consistently to reach the goal. They give up somewhere if they get an obstacle, they're like, this is not for me. I must not do it.
Correct.
There is
Correct.
something, the next this thing, right? Yeah. And my next question to you is like this shiny object, right? Like nowadays, like we are tend with so many things like coaching, training, consulting, entrepreneurship, now Web 3.0, NFT. There is so much of opportunities like ever before. There is plenty of these things. How can we overcome this shiny object syndrome, jumping from one thing to another thing, instead focusing on one thing which we are very clear about? This is what I have to do. How to focus?
Okay. Um, when it comes to focus, or in this world of shiny syndrome, or in this world of constantly, where everything is constantly changing, the dynamics are changing. Okay, you need to define what you are here to give, and you need to practice one thing, which I learned, I practiced, and which I used to tell to everybody is put your head down and work. Okay, put your head down and just work, work, work. Okay,
Hmm.
now uh, I'm not saying you don't do all the other things that you are coming across. Okay, obviously be aware of what's going on in the world, learn about things, but the one thing which you start, don't give up on it unless and until you finish it. I would put it this way, that in today's world, many people are going through this problem of trying multiple things, doing multiple things.
Right.
What people are not realizing is that you cannot achieve anything great without a single focus. The power of single focus is something that can penetrate into universe and help you to create the reality that you're looking for. If you look at everybody in this world, okay, people who have become extraordinary, or people who have become successful, they didn't try multiple things. They tried one thing, and they were so much focused into it that they built a big empire. Later on, they started doing everything. Once they achieved that greatness, or they reached to a level after which everything was going on an automation mode. So let's say, for example, you want to become a digital coach. Okay, focus on how I can be the digital coach that I'm looking for. Okay, maybe you learn about NFT, maybe you learn about blockchain, maybe you learn about crypto and everything. You become aware of everything, but you don't keep on diverting your focus. These things you are learning because you are trying to understand, how am I going to use this in my coaching? How am I going to use this in my coaching? Okay, but you don't give up your focus constantly trying to see that, what if I lose this, what if I don't make money like people are making, what if I miss out on this part, if people are going ahead. I see so many people doing
The
this.
FOMO comes,
And
fear of missing out.
yes, that's a major thing, right? And trust me, the people who keep on switching, okay, these people never land up anywhere. It's like we have heard this quote that rolling stone gather no mosses. Okay, same way, if you keep on rolling, you're not going to gather the substance that you are looking for, which is going to make you successful in your life. You need substance. You need substance of any sort of knowledge or wisdom or practice or experience for a very long time. Then you get the benefit of the rest of the things that you're looking for in your life. Focus on one thing. All right. Don't miss out on learning the rest of the stuff. Okay. I read so many books. Attend so many workshops for myself, just to become aware. Okay. But I don't lose my focus from what I'm supposed to be. Let's say if I decide from tomorrow that I want to become an NFT coach, okay, and I'm going to learn and I'm going to teach people how to build your cryptocurrency, or I'm going to learn people and teach people how to make good videos. I'm diverting my focus. Okay, and even if I do, see, I'll put it this way: anything you start with, it requires minimum. Put it this way: minimum 12 years of focus to become great at something. Okay.
That's a
Now,
lot
if
of
I
time,
distribute my
right?
focus, if I distribute my focus, I'm not going to end up anywhere doing anything great,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah,
So focus on only one thing.
right. Our concentration is the most important. Our attention is the biggest thing in today's world, right? If
Yeah.
we focus and
If
channelize on the things,
yeah, if I have to say this, people who have become successful extraordinary, like really, really extraordinary, like they are something of something and everybody knows them. These people somewhere are megalomaniac. They have single focus. They have single agenda. Okay,
what's that word?
everything else
Megalomanian means?
megalomaniac. So it's like you are so much obsessed about one thing and for a very long time you are interested and focused on only that one thing. Okay,
Okay.
like if you look at Tony Robbins, he's just into coaching. Have you seen Tony Robbins talking about NFT ever? Have you
No.
seen Tony Robbins talking about anything else other than coaching? No, right?
Right.
If you look at, I mean, any successful person you pick up from any industry, you'll realize that they are absolutely focused on one thing for a very long time. Okay, that's how they build themselves and they become successful over it.
Right. That's when the magic happens, when we put enough
Yeah,
amount of time, energy, money, everything into that, it is going to grow. Instead of growing five different things a small inch, if we focus and channelize the whole thing, we'll be going to a different level. That was
yeah. And I
amazing.
always say that it's an exponential growth which takes place, right? So most of
Right.
the people, they don't want to work till here, then reach to a tipping point from where they can grow faster. Okay, it's literally a kind of tapasya or sadhana. You have to do it to get where you want to reach.
Absolutely, that was amazing. And my next question to you is, when it comes down to building business, with as we grow, like we will be put on the spotlight. The media comes, they try to do interviews. Other people come. There is so much of like a plant which grows in a garden. When it grows, the weeds also try to come. Right. Even for entrepreneur, as they grow, there will be so many things which actually comes and which tries to pull their attention. Now, for what things we have to tell no in entrepreneurship, and when it comes down to life and even personal and relationships also, what are the things we must tell no? Because everything we can't be like yes, yes, yes for everything, right? How do we
Correct,
identify
correct,
where we have to tell yes or no?
correct. The day you realize this one particular thing, that you are getting carried away, is the point where you stop saying yes to everything. First thing, okay. And I'm not saying that you have to become completely detached. And I don't, I will not say this thing. Why? Because the things that you're going to go through is going to help you to become what you want to become in life. And failures are part of it. Okay. You cannot avoid completely failing in life. So when you'll go through this journey, you will go through a lot of distractions. You'll go through a lot of things that will take you in the air, you know. It will make you feel elevated. It will make you feel that, oh wow, I'm the king of the world. I've arrived now. Now I can do whatever I want. People know me. I've become popular. I've become famous. I can charge whatever amount I want, or I can flaunt at anything. Okay, and that's what is the place where you start falling down. Now, why this happens with most of the people is because they are not able to digest success. I repeat, they are not able to digest success. Digesting failure is still easy. Digesting success is not easy. And that comes with lot of humbleness, lot of humility, and constantly sharing this credit with people around you. You've seen so many people, right? What they do is they constantly give credit. If you look at Gary Vee also, he's constantly giving credit to his team, to the people around him, etc., etc. He's never saying that I built it, everything on my own. So with consciousness, you have to constantly practice of giving credit to others, no matter what you're doing. That will keep you grounded. That will keep you to the ground, to the level, and it will not allow you to divert your focus. Now, when it comes to choosing what to say yes and what to say no to, you have to look at it in this way. How I'm going to utilize this opportunity in order to pursue or get leverage on my vision. If you are able to answer that, then it's a part of you, what you need to do. If you feel that is not helping in the part of the knowledge or wisdom towards your vision, then you say no. Like for example, let's say if I get an opportunity, someone calls me, and I get this opportunity constantly, that people say, they call me and they say, how about you becoming part of our company, or how about you being a part of this project, wherein you can earn out of it, or you can make money out of it, or you can become famous, or you can have a steady income, etc., etc., etc. Okay.
Right.
And I look at it this way. Is it going to be part of my vision or mission which I have thought of? Is it anyway going to provide leverage towards it? If I see it no, I plainly say them, sorry, I would like to pass on this opportunity for now. Simple.
Right. It's like we have to be extremely clear about what is our vision, and we have to see whether it is going to add value to people lives. Only then, based on the principles, right? Like whatever we are doing, is it like really helping, really impacting by seeing that right things, like is it contributing to others? Then we have to take the yes or no, the
Yeah.
calling.
Contributing others or contributing in terms of forwarding my vision. If it is helping me forwarding my vision indirectly also, I would do it. If not, I would not do it.
That was amazing. And my next question to you is like, what methods do you use to make like good decisions? Even Tony Robbins tells the quality of the decisions, what you make, the quality of the life, whatever we have right now is based on the quality of decisions we took, which school to go, like which friend to make him as the best friend, and which place to go and study. We have so many opportunities, but what decisions, what we have taken, what we have done is what has brought us to today where we are right now. How do we
Correct.
make good effective decisions? Sometimes most people mess up taking the wrong decisions and the whole life gets spoiled, right? How do we do it effectively?
So it happens with two major attributes. The first one, I put it this way, is that you have to really, really understand and say to yourself that I and only I am sole responsible for my life.
Hmm.
Nobody else. Okay. Not even the person who's going to give me the opportunity. I am sole responsible. I'll pass on the credit to everybody who's been part of it. Okay. But when it comes to blame, only I am supposed to be blamed. Okay.
Right.
When you have this attitude that I am sole responsible for it before taking decision, I mean, I'm sure many of people, when they start with this perspective, they're going to feel a lot of pressure. Okay. They're going to feel a lot of pressure. Many of them may feel scared. They feel like quitting things, that why should I only be responsible about it? But that's the hard truth, that you have to be sole responsible for it. So when you are sole responsible for anything, you try to be very much cautious, and you'll take all the information which you need to take, which you need to derive from various sources before making that decision.
Right.
Okay. Otherwise, I've seen most of the people, they have half knowledge, they have half information, they are banking on someone else's promises. Okay. Someone just told you that this is the best. I'm telling you, just go ahead and do it. See, I've got results, you'll get it too. And people say, okay, this guy's got the results, I will also get it. And they start going ahead with the flow. But do you know that this guy already had certain skills which you might not have? He was inclined towards something which you are not inclined to. He got the results because the things were at the different time space and you are at a different time space. He was ready to risk everything because he had no responsibility and you have a lot of other responsibilities. So when you try to take as much information as possible, then you are in a better position to take the right decision for yourself. That's the first thing. Second, once you start taking decisions, wherever you fail, never blame anybody, not even yourself, and get stuck to that problem. Okay, you failed, accept it. It was your responsibility. You went somewhere wrong. Okay, you are not wrong.
Right.
You went somewhere wrong. Maybe you collected less information. Maybe there were many aspects which you didn't consider. Whatever it was, the strategy went wrong. But it was that you went somewhere wrong, learn from it, own it up, and again build that confidence to take another decision. Because you become a decision maker first, then you become a good decision maker. Okay, it's not directly you can jump to it, right? So that is the first aspect. That is, I am sole responsible. And the second aspect, which I would put it is this: that you have to objectively review yourself over a period of time, maybe quarterly, maybe yearly. You have to review yourself, that what is the impact of the decisions that you have made in life, whether do you need to change it now or whether you need to stick to it. These are the two things that helps you in becoming a good decision maker.
That was amazing. By taking these two actions, people will be able to take effective decisions, right?
Yes.
Yeah. My next question to you, Dripal, is like, I have seen like so many people, like almost 80 to 90% people don't cross that $100,000 mark or like 1 CR mark. When I was researching, I figured out like it is not the knowledge problem. Most of them said it's the habits problems and the beliefs problem. Now, when it comes down to habits, how do we develop like the good habits, all those things fast? Because I have read all these books, right? This
Yeah,
mindset, the power of subconscious mind, positive thinking, how to all these amazing books. Every book tells like it's the habit and the this book, the Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It tells like
correct.
the most important thing is the habit. Like some people tell habit takes 21 days, some tell 90 days, 67 days. Now, as per you, you have experienced, you have helped so many people across the globe, right? How do we develop a quick habit and good habit really fast?
Okay. So I'm going to bring up paradox over here.
Right.
Okay. In order to build a habit fast and for a long time, you have to go slow.
Okay.
In order to build it fast, you have to go slow. Now, what do I mean by slow? I'm going to justify that. Most of the people, you look at them, how they go in terms of building a habit. They read something, they became motivated. Tomorrow onwards, my life is changing. I'm going to work out for every single day, no matter what. They go to gym, they'll go for 45 minutes. Next day, they come back. Then the third day, they were too much occupied in some work, so they decided to go for what 15 minutes. They go to the gym. Next day, they had a late night party, and next day, they never went to gym.
Right.
And what happens after that is that they take a lot of time to come back to that game and start over again. Okay. I'll tell you something. A simple way of doing it is focus on frequency over intensity. Okay. You need to be more frequent, even if you are not intense about it. That's how you build a habit. Let's say I am having a very terrible day today. Okay. I had a fight with my boss. I didn't had good day. My girlfriend broke up with me or XYZ or whatever thing happened to you. Okay. You are not at all in a mood to go to gym. Still show up. Go there. Spend 5 minutes over there. 15 minutes over there. Come back. Okay. Just go to the gym, do your treadmill and come back. That's it. Okay. In that case, whatever habit you want to build, you want to build a habit of reading. The days when you're not in a mood, it's like literally you have no energy left. You still pick up a book, read one page and close it. That's it. This way, and only this way, you are going to build a habit. Why? Because you are giving priority towards the habit over your reasons for not doing it. Okay. Even though it's less, even if the intensity is not enough, it's okay to stay consistent. That is building a very important point, that you are training your brain that I'm not going to entertain with any reasons. I'm going to still do it no matter what. First thing. Second, in order to build any great habit, you have to make sure that you are becoming part of some community, because it's a lifestyle change. Okay. It's not a 1 day change that 1 month I'll go, I'll lose weight, and then I'll be able to sustain it for a long time. You have to find such kind of people around. You have to get into proximity of such kind of people. The third thing which we need to understand is that habit happens when it becomes part of your natural routine. Okay. So your body needs to get used to it. And the body takes time. If you try to fight with your body, your body is, by the way, your unconscious mind. The more you try to fight it with just the help of motivation, some days you'll win, but most of the days you are not motivated, right?
Right.
So you need to give your body time to adapt and get used to all these things, and that's how you build a habit. So go slow, you'll build it faster. You try to, aggravate. You try to be very aggressive. Couple of days you'll do it. One day you'll leave it for sure. Okay,
Absolutely. We have
yeah,
to take the small actions every single day, baby steps, right? Like step
baby
by
steps.
step, we have to go.
Yes.
Awesome. And see, the common question, like which I've seen, like most of the people asking over here at Real Knowledge Club Summit, also is like how to overcome destructive habits. Right now, the Amazon is there and the Netflix is there, and they keep on watching. And most people to become more productive or like motivation, they fall into this trap. Even I also used to fall in this trap when I was starting in my entrepreneurship journey. One motivation video after another. I used to watch Warren Buffett's, next Bill Gates, next Richard Branson, and it's like a rabbit hole. If I fall into that, I'm like, today I have to have a productive day. I start one motivation video and YouTube recommends another five. I'm like,
Correct.
whole day is motivation. The next day again the motivation starts. Work is not happening. Only the
True.
motivation is happening. How do we overcome that and really become productive and do the work what is important?
True, true. I totally agree to this. And I put it this way that most of the people are time unconscious. They tend to follow things and they get distracted and then they go through that loop of not staying productive for a very long time. Okay. Now I'll put it this way. In order to come out of such kind of habits, you need to find a replacement. Okay. You cannot just instantly say that from today I'll quit Netflix or I'll sign out. Okay. You'll be able to sign out. Let's say you deleted the app from your phone. What will happen after that? What are you going to do in that particular time? Instead, try to find a replacement. Okay, why I watch Netflix? I watch Netflix because I'm looking for entertainment. Great. What is the other source of entertainment that I can switch to? Now, that doesn't mean from Netflix you switch to Amazon Prime. Okay. What you do is you find out something which is more meaningful and entertaining at the same time. Let's say for a very long time, I wanted to learn swimming. Use that time to go for swimming. Okay. Let's say I wanted to read a book. Use that time in reading a book. Now pick up the things which are easy to do. Okay. Don't pick up a book which is very difficult to understand, which is not of your interest or something like that. Let's say I watch Netflix because I need a break. What are the other ways of having a break from your routine, which is more rejuvenating for you, which is at the same time productive? So you need to replace them. That's how you'll be able to do it easily. And
Hmm.
the best way of doing it is having someone along with you if possible. If you are not able to do it on your own alone at that point of time, find someone else. But the problem is when you find someone else over a period of time, you may get dependent on that one person, which is not the right way of doing it. So do it alone or find someone else, take support in the initial phase, but over a period of time, you have to get used to doing something else. Replace it with something else. That's how you'll be able to get out of that routine faster, come out of that thing faster.
Right. That was incredible. And how do we overcome the comparison? Because see, everybody, like parents try to compare with other smarter children in our class. Like, see this girl, she's getting more score than you. See this boy, even both are from the same place, same town, same uh like the house or anything. Like everywhere there is comparison. People from a small child to like our parents to our grandparents, everybody wants to compare. And one thing what I have read somewhere is if we try to compare with someone, you can never actually succeed. Everybody has that God gift some potential. If a crayon wants to compare with a pen, it cannot compare. Crayon is good in its own way, and a color pencil or a pen is it good in its own way. How do we actually bypass that entire comparison itself?
Uh, Very, very important point you have shared that the more you compare, you lose your own essence. Okay, you'll
Right.
never be able to discover who you are. But in order to stop comparing yourself with everyone else, you need to start putting yourself first. You need to start loving yourself. And that requires a lot of hard work. Okay. Because when you start to love yourself, your brain is not going to accept easily. It is going to show you all the points that you hate about yourself. Okay. So the first thing you need to do is start accepting yourself for who you are. Without accepting your flaws, you'll never be able to accept your own true potential as well. So it starts with accepting yourself and loving yourself for who you are, no matter what. These are my flaws. Okay, still I love myself. These are the things that I hate, absolutely hate about myself. I've been saying, I've not been doing it over and over. I've been breaking my commitments. these are my weak points, etc., etc. Still start accepting yourself that this is who you are. This is who I am. Okay. So it requires a lot of inner work. I would recommend each and every individual to go through this fantastic book of You Can Heal Your Life. Okay. There are so many activities they have shared, and do the activities. Just reading is not going to help, right? You have to do that activities to bring that transformation into your life. And you can start with the small things of accepting yourself who you are. Start appreciating or acknowledging your own efforts. Start acknowledging your own uh, achievements, how much ever small they are. Okay. If you will acknowledge them, then only it will grow. If you keep on criticizing, oh, this is such a small achievement, what a big deal. People have become extraordinary. People have done this. Again, you are compared. Okay. Again, you are
Absolutely.
into that loop.
Right.
Stop that. Okay. They have done this. Great. Appreciate. Super. Fantastic. What have I done? I've done this. Fantastic. Appreciate. If you will not make yourself hero of your own story, nobody's going to make you hero in their story as well. So put
Right.
yourself first. That doesn't mean you have to be arrogant. You have to be like I'm the omnipresent. No, that just means that whatever everybody is, they are great. Whatever I am great in my own sense.
Absolutely. And it's all like we must not try to compare. If we compare, we are putting ourselves down, and we are
Yeah,
uh, trying to crush our own self because everybody is good in something. We have to know that and we have to go about. That was amazing. And now we'll have like rapid round questions, like 30 seconds to
sure.
1 minute. Like so quickly
Okay.
we can go about. Okay. Are you ready for
All
that?
right.
Awesome.
Ready, ready.
Yeah. What advice you want to give to young entrepreneurs who are in their 20s and even people at 50s also? Even I see some people who are so energetic even during 50s also. What advice you want to give for them?
Hard work.
Okay.
Hard work is extremely important. Hard work, then you go to smart work, and then you go to uh, organizing everything. That's the one thing. First, you focus on hard work, then you focus on smart work.
Got it. That was amazing. And the next question is like what are the three books you want to recommend every single person who is watching this Real Knowledge Club Summit?
Okay. If you talk about something related to self development, one would be You Can Heal Your Life. If you're talking about something related to productivity, getting things done faster. If you're talking about entrepreneurship, E-Myth. These are the three books for three different genre I would like to recommend.
Got it. And to be always productive, what is the three secrets you want to tell to all the people? How to stay at the high energy and get the work done?
Super. First thing is say no to things that you don't want to do. Absolutely learn to say no because that drains your time, energy, and your confidence too. Say no to what you don't want to do. That is the first thing. Second thing, keep a track of things. Without keeping a track, you can never monitor things, and what you cannot monitor, you cannot monetize or you cannot multiply. So you need to keep a track of things that you do. And the third thing is constantly improve everything that you do in every way you do by at least 1%. Let's say I'm doing this interview right now. What I'm going to do after that, whenever I get the recording, I'll go through it and I'll ask myself what I could have done better, how I could have answered better. And the next time when I do it, I'm going to revise, rehearse, and I'm going to do it in much more
Feedback.
better way.
We have to
Yeah.
take the
So
feedback.
every time improve by 1%. That 1% is a big percent.
Yeah,
Yeah. So these
that
are the
was
things that I would do.
amazing. Yeah. And my next question is, like, do we require, like, do we want a life partner in our business, right? Like life partner or like, even like real relationship. Do we actually need them or not?
I feel that's an individual's choice based on your programming of life. Okay, whether you need it or not, that you'll have to decide for yourself. But even if you have, the most important thing is to make sure that you have enrolled them enough and they are aligned to what you want to accomplish in your life. Rather than just having a falling in love kind of a situation, along with that, before you get married or before you get committed to the partner, make sure that your wants of life, your ambitions of life, your value system of life, all these things are in alignment to what kind of life they want. Then only it is going to be helpful to both of you, or else it is just going to not allow you to focus. You've seen so many talented people destroying their life, just getting into wrong relationship.
Right. We have to be always cautious about what we want to do. We have to read them properly. Only if we believe they are going to uplift us, they are going to support us in the good times, bad times, and everything, we have to have it. That was amazing.
Yeah. And
And
it's a mutual give and take. You have to give at
right,
the same time. Yeah.
right. And what is the three secrets you want to tell for everyone who is watching the summit if they want to achieve their dreams, right? Like, what are the skill sets or what do they have to possess, like one or two things?
Okay. The first secret that I'll tell you is that in 780 crore human beings, you are extraordinary.
Yeah,
First thing. Second, 780 crore human beings, they have their own different universe based on their own perception, based on everything that they are doing. They have different way of looking at life. The third secret is that you and only you control your universe. Nobody else do.
absolutely. That's 100% right. We are in control of whatever we do.
Yes.
And Triple, like, what is your main source of inspiration and key to your success? Who were your who are the people who actually contributed to the success where you are today, right now?
Oh, there's a long list of things. I would start with first my mom and my dad. They have been extremely patient. They have contributed a lot of attributes from their own personality. The second thing that goes to is our founder chairman, Mr. Latesh Shah, who's been the one person who I've been constantly looking up. And there are my director, Mr. Mayur Nandu, and then my entire team, all the mentors that I've come across, someone who's taught me marketing, someone who's taught me how to be good in terms of public speaking, someone who's taught me how to be confident, someone who's taught me how to develop interpersonal connection. Everyone, all these people, I feel I'm a product of everybody. Okay.
Yeah.
The people I've come across, I've learned so many things from them. One day I feel I can write a book about how I've learned all the, I love to absorb things from them. See, and I truly believe that there's nothing of your own. Right from childhood, you came with nothing, you're going to end up with nothing. Everything
Absolutely.
that you're learning is you're absorbing from someone. So why not to
Right.
give credit to them? That's what I believe in. So the credit goes to entire district, and I feel extremely blessed that universe has always guided me. You know, all the mistakes that also I've made, I realize that how they have also contributed in terms of becoming who I am.
Right.
So nothing is getting wasted.
Every mistake is like a stepping stone. Every failure is not a failure. It's like
Yeah,
taking
absolutely,
us to the next level.
absolutely true.
That was amazing. And Dripal Shah, like, for all the people who are watching this summit, who wants to follow you and who wants to learn more about you, what you do, about productivity, about mindset or entrepreneurship, where they can follow you, can you tell us
They can just
everything?
follow me on Instagram. I'm easily available. My name is unique. It's Dripple Shah. It's Driple, Dripple Shah. So you'll not find any Dripple Shah over there, and you can easily follow me. And about my productivity workshop, also you can just go through my bio on Instagram. You'll find the link and page and everything. You can study it, and then you can join me. I'm so happy the way the workshop has been contributing in people's life, and they can easily benefit from the same.
That was amazing, super amazing. And thank you, Ripple, for sharing your wonderful wisdom. Like, you are so amazing. You are so inspiring to all the youth of the people of India and around the world. And you are so charming. And before we conclude, any last words you want to tell to all the people who are watching this Real Knowledge Club Summit?
Only one thing, focus on implementation because that's going to create breakthrough in your life. You have all the knowledge, you have all the wisdom. Start implementing. Once you implement, implementation takes time. It takes a lot of resistance that you have to overcome. But that's where transformation takes place. So just implement things in life.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dripal Shah, for taking your super valuable time, my brother. It was a great honor to have you on this summit.
Thank
Thank
you.
you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much, Akshay. Thanks to you for doing this wonderful thing of connecting people with people ideas and helping them to learn from others' journey. That really gives a lot of help. I've also learned from others' journey, and I'm grateful to have been able to reach to a place where I can share some wisdom out of my journey and support at least a one person to change their life. That would be more than enough.
Thank you so much, Ripple, for
Yeah.
accepting. And all the viewers who are watching this, do let me know what was your biggest takeaway in the chat. What was your three biggest learnings? What actions you're going to take? And thank you so much, everyone, also for listening so patiently for almost an hour. And thank you, everyone. Have a
Thank,
great day. Thank you, Ripple.
thank you so much, Akshay. Thank you. Keep transforming.